Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's going to be a really quick video. And as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm in the process of actually painting this room. So I'm going to show you around. So I just finished repairing all the walls and we're going to be starting to paint this space today. So just want to kind of talk you through not so much the painting, but just like what I'm kind of envisioning. I do have two things to show you real quickly, and I don't have all my materials for a normal backdrop, so it's not very enticing visually, but we did pick up two cards over the course of the week. This one is the 2021 Topps Heritage Chrome Refractor of Garrett Crochet. It is his rookie card, and it is numbered out of 572. The seller was really accommodating with me on this because I found a little chip on the back where the paper had come off on one of the corners. It was not very easily seen with the naked eye, catch it immediately under the loupe. And he was very honest in being able to kind of reimburse me because it was something he didn't catch when he did it himself. So that was the Garrett Crochet card. I am kind of speculating with him a little bit. I'm kind of a believer in his stuff. I think maybe has some Cy Young Award wins in him as he starts his pitching career with the Red Sox here. He was really exciting for the team last year. He was the highlight on this terrible White Sox team that we had last season. And I was a little miffed when they just kind of gave him away, in my opinion. And I hope the guys they got do help us win in the future. But he's ready to win now for the Red Sox. And watch out, I think he's going to have a really great season. He was our only All-Star last year, too. The only other one I was able to pick up was I got for a steal, too. It only cost me $4 in a win, which is another Sapphire Pujols card. This is from that 2020 update series. Which obviously was the pandemic season, so you don't have your normal all-star cards, and there's not as many transactions and probably call-ups, so it's a really barren update set, if you will, because they also made it out to the full number of like 300 some cards, which I thought was a mistake, but they did load it with these like career leader cards. So like Pujols and Trout are in there a lot. Pujols, obviously, because of his longevity and his productivity throughout his career, was at the top of the list for many things. This one is the career runs leader. So he was the active runs leader at the time this was produced, followed by Miguel Cabrera, who just recently retired and will be in the Hall of Fame. Robinson Cano, Nick Markakis, and Edwin Encarnacion. It's a couple guys that were associated, at least one guy was associated with steroids on there. And the others who had decent careers. I didn't realize Markakis had so many runs. I didn't realize he scored over 1,000 runs in his career, but these are numbered out of 45, so we go nice into the to be graded folder or box I have for the future for some other ungraded Sapphire cards. So I'm looking forward to getting that out in hopefully the near future after this project's done. I kind of see exactly some things I want to be able to get graded for display purposes. All right, so let me stop the camera here and I will show you a little bit around the space. All right, bye. All right, so here's the space. Once again, I know I showed it off previously. Behind me is actually the built-in that we put together. Just being used a little bit more for storage purposes right at the moment because I don't really have everything ready to display. This chair may or may not stay in the room long-term. It's where I would sit down for watching TV. Probably will have a TV in this room. I just don't know exactly where it might put it. So this took a lot of time, like repairing some of the walls in here. Whoever's owned this previous to us was kind of rough on the walls in here. We had to really fix some things before we decided to repaint it. But this is going to be like the main wall you're seeing in front of you right now, where I'm hoping to be able to have storage both for the binders. So we're going to be looking for some furniture where I can store that stuff. Ideally, something where I can close it to keep the dust out. Because that was always like a challenge with this room in particular. It would just somehow like pull the dust in from like all the various areas in the house. And they would get really dusty. I'm trying to find a place where that wouldn't necessarily be the case anymore. And I'm hoping to have the car displays up here on the wall above it, which should be really exciting. I've already kind of like identified certain projects that I would like to be able to showcase. And certain items I might need to still get graded to be able to do it. I have room probably on both sides to maybe flank something if I decide to have a very much larger display here in the middle. At some point, I want to try and figure out where I put the TV. And then over here is like the desk area, which is also subject to change. It potentially could get moved over here, and this would free up this wall. The only downside to that one is I do have a window here, so a lot of direct sunlight would be on anything that I might have there, including a television. We decided actually to get a film to put over the window that should block out the UV light, so that's going to be a little bit different, but there's a lot of potential in here. The rug isn't necessarily going to be part of the project long term either. It's just a temporary thing that was previously here that we had in the office when it was just an office. But I'm looking forward to kind of get this together. I think it's going to be looking really cool. I already have in mind what I want to do with the various shelves in here. And like I said, it's just for storage at the moment, so it doesn't make any sense right now. But hope to have this painted probably by the end of this week, so I can kind of show you what the finished product looks like. And then it's going to be down to my wife and I picking out the furniture I want for the space. Then once I have that in, I'll be able to start moving things back into the office and arranging it the way I want to, and also purchasing the things I need for display, including card cases and etc. So I think I'm still envisioning this as being another at least a solid month project to be able to get all that done, but we're looking maybe the end of May and June where I'm really starting to stage the things long term. But that's it. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed a little bit of the tour, and I hope you enjoyed the cards that I showed you at the beginning. It's a very short video, but have a great rest of your weekend.